General Hospital, GH. Spoilers indicate that Josslyn Jax, Eden McCoy, surprised fans during the Monday, March 18 show by breaking up with her henchman boyfriend. After Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros happily spilled the beans about Dex Heller's Even Hofer attempt to take Cyrus Renault, Jeff Cover, out, Ms. Jax's eyes were open to the lengths he would go to for Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard. She was utterly disgusted that Dex would take the life of a helpless and injured older man in the hospital, even though she detests Cyrus and what he's done. Still, as the young couple has been hitting the sheets so much as of late, could Josslyn end up pregnant with Dex's baby, forever tying her to him and his mob life? Spoilers hint that many fans on social media can't help but think Joss is a massive hypocrite with this breakup. After all, she's no stranger to the mob world, she grew up in it. Plus, she knows the extreme lengths Dex has gone to in the past for Sonny. She also knows that Heller couldn't possibly say no to an assignment from Corinthos. That's how his job works. Not to mention the fact that while Cyrus may, or may not, have changed, he's done some despicable things in his past that warranted Sonny's orders, which, in all fairness, were called off before anything bad happened. Still, maybe this plot twist is ushering in an even bigger storyline. Spoilers imply that this bump in the road for Jex might be a part of something bigger. After all, Joss was all in on ditching Port Charles, her family, her university studies, thus her career and friends, all to follow Dex to who knows where. Joss has always hated Sonny and the mob world, so this new disdain for Heller could lead up to an unexpected pregnancy. After Joss finds out, she may go back and forth on whether she should keep the baby and what to do next. She may also try and hide the fact that Dex is the father by possibly pretending to be with someone else, which could bring the return of Adam Wright, Josh Bernard, to the canvas, or possibly Cameron Weber, William Lipton. Either man or someone new could be pawned as her baby's daddy. Regardless, Josslyn finding out she's pregnant could be an interesting storyline. Is this really the end of the road for Jex? Comment below. Watch the longtime ABC soap daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and visit this site often for the best general hospital updates and spoilers. Life in Port Charles is never predictable, but for Josslyn Jax, things are about to take a horrifying, heart-wrenching turn that will change her life forever. Just when she thought she had finally closed the chapter on her painful relationship with Dex Heller, a bombshell drops that leaves her reeling. She's pregnant. But this isn't just any pregnancy. This is a baby with ties to the mob, Sonny Corinthos' criminal underworld, and a man she tried so hard to forget. What starts as a routine doctor's visit quickly spirals into a full-blown crisis, and one that threatens to consume Josslyn in ways she never saw coming. The week begins with Josslyn feeling off. Tired, queasy, and more irritable than usual, she chalks it up to stress. After all, balancing her classes and dealing with Trina's drama with Spencer has been emotionally exhausting. But after a sharp wave of nausea hits during a coffee run at Kelly's, Carly notices and insists she see a doctor. Josslyn reluctantly agrees, thinking maybe it's just a stomach bug. What she doesn't expect is the stunned look on the doctor's face when she delivers the news. Josslyn is pregnant, about 6 weeks along. Time stops, her hands shake, her mind races. This can't be happening. But it is. And there's no doubt about who the father is, Dex. Josslyn thought she had moved on from Dex. Their whirlwind romance had ended in heartbreak when she realized the danger he constantly brought into her life. Being tied to Sonny Corinthos' enforcer wasn't the future she wanted. She walked away to protect herself and her dreams. But now Dex is a permanent part of her life whether she likes it or not. When Josslyn finally tells Carly, her mother is supportive but concerned. Carly has always tried to protect her daughter from the darkness of the mob world. But now, with a child on the way whose father is directly connected to Sonny, there's no way to avoid it. Carly's instincts tell her one thing: Dex has to know. And Josslyn, though terrified, agrees. Dex's return to Port Charles is quiet, but loaded with emotion. He had been laying low, trying to leave behind the chaos of his former life. So when Josslyn calls and asks to meet, he doesn't expect the words that come out of her mouth. I'm pregnant. It's yours. For a moment, Dex is speechless. He looks at her with wide, disbelieving eyes. Then, a mix of guilt and shock washes over his face. He swore he would never drag Josslyn into his world again. But now that world is knocking on her door with a vengeance. Still, he does something unexpected. He promises to be there. Not just financially or on the sidelines, but truly be there. He tells Josslyn she won't have to go through this alone. And for the first time in a long while, a crack of vulnerability shows in his armor. But Josslyn isn't sure whether to feel relief or fear. It doesn't take long for Sonny Corinthos to hear the whispers. One of his men catches Dex at the hospital, and soon enough, the rumor mill is churning. Dex Heller is going to be a father. Sonny confronts him, and the conversation is tense. "I told you to stay away from her," Sonny growls. "And now she's tied to you for life." But it's not just about Josslyn. Sonny is furious because this baby means a deeper, unavoidable connection between his world and the Jacks family. A family he's had a complicated, often volatile relationship with. Sonny knows Carly will fight tooth and nail to protect Josslyn and the baby from the mob, which might mean trouble for him. Still, Sonny surprises Dex. Instead of issuing a threat, he makes a demand. "You protect her. You protect that kid. You don't run. You don't screw this up." Dex agrees, but the weight of the situation is clear, especially when Sonny adds, "You're one of us now, whether you like it or not." Meanwhile, Trina senses something is wrong the moment she sees Josslyn's face. When Joss finally confides in her, Trina is shocked and torn. On one hand, she wants to be supportive. But on the other, she knows just how dangerous Dex's world is. She's seen firsthand what the mob can do. Trina doesn't hold back. "Are you sure you want to raise a child with someone who could get shot walking down the street?" Josslyn snaps, defensive and emotional. The two friends argue, and the air between them turns icy. It's a moment that puts a serious dent in their once unshakable bond. But Trina isn't the only one raising red flags. Michael, Josslyn's older brother, also confronts her. He's furious when he learns she's even talking to Dex again. "You saw what this life did to Dad. To Mom. You want that for your kid?" Josslyn feels overwhelmed. No matter where she turns, everyone has an opinion. But only she has to live with the consequences. As the days pass, Josslyn begins to experience the emotional roller coaster of early pregnancy. Morning sickness, mood swings, late-night fears. She can't stop thinking about what kind of life she wants to give her child. And that's where the real heartbreak comes in. She's torn between two futures. One where she raises this baby as a single mother, trying to keep them away from Dex and Sonny's influence. And another, where she risks allowing Dex into their lives, and possibly putting them in danger. Adding to her anxiety is a moment she witnesses at Sonny's warehouse. A confrontation gone wrong. Shots are fired. Blood is spilled. And Josslyn realizes that this is what her child could be born into. It nearly sends her spiraling. In a desperate move, Carly approaches Dex with a proposal. "Disappear. Leave Port Charles. Let Josslyn raise the baby without the mob looming over them." Dex is torn. His heart tells him to stay, to fight for Josslyn and the baby. But Carly's words hit hard. "If you love her, if you really love her, you'll let her go." The decision weighs heavily on him. And just as he begins to consider leaving, a new threat surfaces, one that changes everything. Out of nowhere, an old enemy of Sonny's resurfaces in Port Charles, and they're looking for leverage. When they learn that Josslyn, Carly's daughter, Dex's ex, and now carrying his child, is vulnerable, they make a chilling move. Suddenly, Josslyn is in danger. A break-in at her apartment. A strange car following her from the hospital. Threatening messages. It's clear, the mob war is back. And Josslyn's unborn child is now a pawn. Dex leaps into action. Sonny tightens his security. Carly is on edge. Even Jason, quietly watching from the shadows, begins to step in. The entire town braces itself for war. Josslyn always swore she would never end up like her mother, tangled in the mob, fighting for safety, losing herself in someone else's world. But now she has no choice. This baby has tied her to Dex, to Sonny, to danger, love, pain, and uncertainty. Her worst nightmare has become her new reality. And though she's scared, Josslyn is also starting to feel something unexpected: strength. Because for the sake of her child, she'll fight harder than she ever has before, no matter what it costs her. And in Port Charles, that cost could be everything.